If you've been following along, you know I've been having issues with Wix.com. I brought it up briefly and other things. So today, we're going to talk about it because the issue has finally been resolved. This issue was about getting payment sent out to me from Wix. So I already sold items. I packaged it up and shipped it out with tracking. And it took Wix 54 days to pay me out what was owed to me. So this is just a quick video going over what all I had to go through because of this. Because 54 days of it was a lot of money for my business side because I haven't put much money into this business. So the majority of my capital for this business was tied up and held up by Wix during this time period. And 54 days is a long time to wait. Um, so it ended up being because of apparently a chargeback that happened, and they didn't tell me that from the start. It took them 53 days to tell me that it was because of a chargeback on roughly 1,800. It was a little over $1,800 worth of items. And I wish Wix would have just communicated that from the beginning, because instead, what I was getting was, I'm going to read off to the side over here of all these different things. Because if you ever set up a Wix account for your website, there's a lot of information you have to provide up front, like your EIN number, your business name, your actual documentation for your business. Like, there's a lot of stuff to set up a Wix account, which I understand. You need to show that you're a legit business, right? So it's for tax documentation and stuff like that. And it took a month of me going through customer service. I can't say a month. It was originally 2 weeks. I got through and they said, yeah, we'll send it over to a different department to try to take care of this for you. I waited a week, got a response back with, what's this? There was a lot of emails. I went back and forth on this, so please forgive me on having to go through all of this. So I thought it was because of the items, and I stated, hey, this was ordered on this date. I put tracking with signature required, and I gave them the tracking number. I showed, hey, it was delivered on this date, and it was signed. Here's all this documentation for this shipment. And they came back and said, no, it's not. That's not part of the problem. It's not because of the shipment. It is actually because, you can receive payments. Oh, but they told me, it's like, hey, don't worry. You can still sell stuff on your account with us. We just can't pay you out. So I did sell a few more things, and then I turned off my site because I was afraid of not getting paid out at all from Wix. It was a little over $2,000 worth of stuff, and that was most of my items for my business. I know it's not a lot of money overall, but it's a lot for my business, like I said earlier. So let's go on into it. They said I could keep selling. I told them to open a service request with USPS just to get everything to show verification for all of it. They came back. Let's see, this would have been 2 weeks later after that, saying I need to go to my settings, my dashboard, and edit my business info because my profile name did not match my business name. So my business name is Narrow Path TCG. I sell Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering product. I mainly focus on Pokemon, which is what you can kind of see behind me. I have stuff behind me. And so I focus in on Pokemon related. I don't like that the screen turned off. Sorry, new camera. So I went in and I changed my name to Narrow Path TCG LLC because I am an LLC company. So I made that change, told them, like, hey, this is done. Then they came back. I didn't even come back. Like, I sent that to them the same day, within a few minutes of them sending the email. stating that, it's been over a month at this point of me not receiving payments. We need to get something taken care of. Like, y'all are causing delays within my business. You're hurting my business, is pretty much how I stated it to them. Like, I need your help to figure this out so we can get through this. And they came back with even more stuff. It says, I'm just going to read off what was sent to me, okay? To start receiving payouts again, reply to this email within 7 days with the following information: a description of my business, a government-issued document showing your business registration, if you have a Wix payment business account, company or corporate registration, official tax documents or articles of incorporation. Second part of number 2, if you have a Wix payments individual account, documents showing you are a sole proprietor. Number 3, proof of delivery of products and services you have provided, such as proof of shipping or an email with a download link. And number 4, government issued ID of the business owners. I emailed them back, once again, within the same day. Looking at it, it was a few hours in between. And my response was like, why is all this recent? We're circling back around. 1, all this information was provided when I signed up for my Wix account. And number 2, during the initial me communicating with Wix, and I spoke to a certain individual, which she helped me out a lot, I gave her all this information for the second time back then. Why, it was almost a month later, are we circling back around and you telling me I need to provide you all this information again? Like, I don't know what's going on at this point. Wix has held my funds for 45 days. This amount of time is unacceptable. Who do I need to contact to communicate with to get this sorted out? Because I've already gave them all this information at this point multiple times. Some of the stuff that you go through as a small business, people, this is part of it. And tell them I'm not aggravated with one individual person. I'm aggravated with Wix. Like, who do I need to talk to get this resolved? Got an email back 6 days later. Says, I know you've been frustrated. I know this has been frustrating, and my apologies for this miscommunication with requesting information you've already sent in. I do see we have that. I've requested an update on this from our compliance team, and as soon as we hear back, we'll be in touch. I have also marked you as the highest priority to get some eyes on it quicker. Again, my sincere apologies. We will reach out when we hear from the compliance team. I responded back 4 business days later, asking, hey, have y'all heard anything? It's been 4 business days. Like, we're running, this is tracking on. I don't want this to slip through the cracks again. Like, I need to get paid out. This needs to be verified and fixed. Well, I got a separate email from what I was completely doing, saying I needed to work on parts of the web page for my shipping. My shipping policies, my handling policy, my user policies, saying I had none of that on my account. And I quickly emailed them back on that separate email with screenshots saying all this is on my account. I sent them screenshots of my shipping policies, of my user policies, like everything. I'm like, they didn't even look. It's like they're just made up something to delay. This is how it felt to me, because they should have been able to easily go on there and see it. It's available. You can easily find it. If you scroll down the bottom, there's things where it brings up a bunch of different policies. You can click on that and it'll take you to each individual one. It's not hard to find at all. It's readily available. So back to the original email chain. They responded back promptly on that last email I sent, saying, thank you for reaching out to Wix Payments. At this time, there's no update. Okay, so that's been 4 business days. It was 5 days total. And then out of nowhere, the next day, I just get an email from a person that says, I'm pleased to inform you. If I could talk, dear goodness. I'm pleased to inform you that your Wix Payments account is now active. This means you're now able to accept payments and receive payouts. Congratulations and thank you so much for your patience and cooperation. Your payout of $1,855.95, that's after fees and everything, right, is due to be sent out tomorrow, and once it's sent, this should appear in your bank account shortly. Normally, it's within 3 to 5 business days, which is, it's normal for stuff to transfer into your account. I've included a handy article and information regarding your payouts that might be helpful for your reference guide. So they sent me a guide on how I can get my payouts, which I've received many payouts beforehand with no issues. The team is also advised that if you receive a new payment from client and they bring up the person's name from the order, the large order, saying you should consider refunding and not sending any items to this client to avoid future chargebacks. So now I got a response within this email saying they're holding my payments due to a chargeback, essentially is what they're saying, right? When originally they were saying that wasn't the issue at all. It was because of all these other issues that my account was put on hold and still able to be used. So I don't even know what to believe through Wix. But it's all resolved and we're back. So this is just to try to help people out that have or thinking about opening a Wix account. You can, things that you might be able to expect that could potentially happen to you. I did have to show proof because I do sell Pokemon items, invoices and receipts, showing that it's a legit product and not fake, which I completely understand. There's a whole bunch of fakes that you can get online pretty easily. Wix doesn't want to be hit with a lawsuit from Pokemon for selling fake product through their site. I don't want to be hit with a lawsuit from Pokemon. I don't want to mess with them. That's why I only deal with the legit items, right? So this is just, a warning to people that are going to do it. I will continue to use Wix because of how much time and effort I have put into it. But if there's another issue, I will be looking at other avenues to go towards. So, it could be dumb on me, right, for using them again. But for how much time I have put into this, granted, there's a lot more time waiting to receive this payout. So I have been looking at other avenues of having my website. But until the time being, as of this recording, NarrowPadTCG.com is back live again with what products I currently have. I will say I did stop buying stuff because of this issue and not having the money, and that's why I swapped over to like the singles. I've been selling a lot of singles on TCG Player. That's why I had to pivot my business. I had to pivot over into a different way of revenue, and I'm not getting away from it. I'm going to keep doing the singles. I love doing the singles. So I'll be doing the singles and have my actual website up and going as well. So come check it out. By the time this video is live, everything's back up. So just a little warning, stuff can happen. You just have to work through it. So tell me what you think. I got a new camera. First time recording on it. We're trying it out. So I'll see you on the next one.